It's my first time having you guys. Woo! Farrell, don't do your notes yet. After, when we start our map, then do it. When we start working on our map, then send me your notes. Just so that you don't miss out on this, because these notes that you're taking right now are for your score next quarter. So Luke, everybody has a Bible open somehow, somewhere. Luke is, so it's in the New Testament, is right after Mark. Luke chapter 4. Luke, oh, where's my eraser? Luke 4, we're starting at verse 1. We just read it. We're just going to finish it. Yeah, the temptation of Jesus, or the testing of Jesus in the wilderness. So last class, we talked about how, first of all, how this proves that Jesus was a human, right? And not just God. He was God and man. And why that's important for us as people who need a sacrifice, right? Last class, I don't know if you missed it or not, the recording didn't go up because it was corrupted after class, which was terrible. But the devil tried to corrupt Jesus, tempting him of his flesh, right? He was hungry. He went 40 days without eating. I have a hard time going 12 hours, right? But he went 40 days and 40 nights, proving he's God, right? But also showing that he was determined to do God's will, right? By not allowing Satan's temptation to overcome him, and he could get out of dying on the cross, because he knew he was going to have to die on the cross, right? To save the world. Satan's trying to tempt him out of it. And then there's one other thing. We find two more people who witness Jesus and say that Jesus is God's son and is God. Jesus, when tempted by Satan, he says, the devil led him up to a high place. I'll give you all authority and splendor. It has been given to me. I can give it to anyone I want. If you worship me with all, it will all be yours. So Satan's like, just fall down and worship me, Satan, and I'll give you the world. You don't have to die on the cross. And then Jesus says, it's written, worship the, no. Third one, right? At the very end, verse 12 is Jesus, after being tempted about falling off and letting the angel save him. Do not put the Lord your God to the test. Jesus, by saying that, says, don't test the Lord your God, or Yahweh, which is that word no one would say. It's basically Jesus saying, don't tempt God, and I'm God. Satan, who used to be an angel in the presence of God, wanted God's glory for himself, left, and has been working to steal it ever since. And we see that right now. Doesn't say, no, you're not God. By not doing that, he's affirming that, yes, Jesus is God, right? It's just like Michelle telling me I'm Christine's sister, and I don't say anything because that's true, right? Whereas Brian tells me that he's Christine's brother. I'm like, no, I know, right? I've seen Christine's family picture before, family photos on our family tree project. You're wrong. By doing that, Jesus and Satan are affirming and confirming that Jesus is God. Right there. Oh, why am I so tired? Oh, sorry, guys. So with that, we look at a few things, okay? One thing is, and I talk about this with basketball teams when I coach them, is in life, okay? And I need my better marker. This is a great picture. If you think that you are somehow different from the rest of the world and what you're going through isn't like anybody else, look at Jesus, okay? Jesus went through all the terrible stuff too. One of his best friends dies. He's literally beaten up and killed for stuff he didn't do, right? People disown him. His own family doesn't want to be around him anymore, okay? Those kinds. Jesus is going through that. But temptation is something we all, Valentino, put your glasses on, right? Thank you. Either wear them correctly or not at all. So taking notes on this, okay, Satan is tempting Jesus. Satan was or is a fallen angel. Okay, write this down in your notes so that you can submit this later. Satan's a fallen angel. What does that mean? He's actually the fallen angel of light and truth. Okay, why is this important? Satan has seen the glory of God. No angel is redeemable. Jesus' death wasn't for Satan and angels. Angels have been to heaven and they have seen God in his glory. Once you have seen God in his glory and you choose to disobey, there's nothing for you left. You are forever separated from God. People, thankfully, have you seen the glory of God in the fullness? You have?
No.
Oh, okay. Right? You are walking by faith that God is there, right? So you have a redeemer, basically. Satan has it. He's the angel of truth and light. He was in the presence of God, chose to leave and steal God's glory, summarizing here, falls away. Now he's been working ever since to attempt to destroy the world. We are going to read a lot about Satan. Almost 1/4 of all of our verses from the New Testament talk about angels, demons, spiritual warfare. There's a lot. Jesus is going to touch on this. That's pretty cool. However, he is called the prince of this world. The world, entire world fell into sin. That's why Adam and Eve ate the apple. Now there's death. Now there's disease. Now there's curses. Now there's all these kinds of things. Oppression, murder, right? Why? Because an evil one has corrupted God's good creation, right? God made it good, fell into sin. Now God is bringing Jesus as the Redeemer, right? The Redeemer, the sacrifice, like we talked about last class. Something has to be innocent and die for you. Otherwise, you have to die, right? There has to be death. With that, right, the process, the plan of redemption, Jesus is sent. And that's where he fits into the story. So in order for this story to be complete, you have to have the two forces coming against each other. One of complete self-serving, glory-seeking evil, and one that's complete opposite. Jesus can't have any of this in him, otherwise he can't be your savior. And we see that here. Any questions?
So the prince of the world is Jesus, or is that?
Satan is considered to be the prince of this world. Okay? Jesus is coming, right? And he is going to be the prince of peace, right? That's how he's prophesied to be. So Satan's also described as a roaring lion going around looking for something to devour. Basically, there's war being declared, and there's two sides. There's people who belong to God, and there's people who belong to Satan. Satan's out to get everybody.
Mr. Chris.
Oh, yeah, you're loud. What's up?
Sorry. So basically, Satan is the prince of the world, or Jesus?
Satan. Satan is said to be the prince of this world. That's why when he's telling Jesus, look at all these kingdoms, he takes them on high place, all of this I can give you, for it's mine to give. The world had been given over to sin, to corruption. And so we see through the Old Testament different times where God says, I'm going to take one family, Noah, right? From this terrible world, I'm going to take that family out. And then we see it again with Abraham. right? This whole world's corrupt and sin, and it takes one family out. It says, I've chosen you. Through you, my plan of redemption is going to come. And then he takes one little country, Israel, right? And the story keeps getting better, right? And through these people, all nations are going to be blessed. He's promising this. All the Old Testament, it's like this. You're waiting for the moment in the movie where Captain Marvel comes flying through and like saves the day, right? It's all building up to God's plan to save the world. So start with one family, start with another family, start small. These people we know lived at the same time as each other. They probably would have known each other, Noah and Abraham, okay? Israel, then the world. That's God's plan. And we see it in the Bible. Okay, that was a little longer than 5 or 6 minutes. I'm sorry about that, but it's all part of this process. We need the clash. You need to see that you can't be in two kingdoms. You can't be in the kingdom of Satan and the kingdom of God because they don't fit together. There's nothing about it. And so you every day, just like Jesus chose to fight temptation by using scripture like we talked about last class, every day you're in that same boat. You got to choose whose kingdom are you a part of? Because everything on social media, everything in movies, they're not trying to get you closer to God. The messaging, the hardship, Satan's doing everything he can to distract you, to make you think that your life is the most important, right? That what's going on in your little world on social media means more than what God thinks about you. Everything that Satan does is to attack you. Now, I do have a book. Let me see if I can find it. And our library has it too. It's really good. One of my students, I don't know if you guys remember IU. Any of you guys remember IU? Yeah, she was in my Bible class and we had this talk. And she read it. I don't know if she still has it. It's called The Screwtape Letters, written by C.S. Lewis. If you get a chance, it's free online, I think. Screwtape Letters. It's a really creative way. So same guy who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's a book of an older demon counseling a younger demon. And what's going on? And they have these projects. These people who they say, like, every demon has someone they're working on to get them to fall into sin. And it's this process of talking back and forth. Okay, that's it. I'm cutting it off there. If you want a great book to read over the break, it's only like this thick. I think it's like 7 chapters or something like that. And it's like a journal kind of thing. Really easy to write. You might even be able to listen to it on audiobook while you're driving. Screwtape Letters. I think you'll enjoy it. With that, go to ManageBack, you kids at home. Everyone go to ManageBack. And I'm going to turn this on so that you guys can see what I'm sharing. That does not work. What we're gonna do, sorry guys, what we're gonna do is we're going to introduce our project. It's called the Mediterranean Map. The kids here have the papers on their desk already. So get those papers out, everybody, if you can. Everybody else go to the Mediterranean Map project in Bible. Click on it. Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah, October 18. I'm gonna share it on my screen. Open it up. There should be 2 documents. Open both the documents so that you can see it. This is our project. So as we go into anybody have a question while I'm trying to figure out how to make the screen work? I probably have to erase this, don't I? Oh man, where did that eraser? There we go. And you can see your kids in class too. basically what we're going to do is, as we're learning about the journey of Jesus from now, basically this is the start of his ministry, to his life and death on the cross. He goes all over the place, right? He starts in Capernaum, which is the lowest place. You don't start there, right? And then you end in Jerusalem being killed, okay? How we follow him around, do those kinds of things. It's a lot easier when you have the map in your notes. So this is your project. You get to make your own map. And I like this project because I taught most of you guys how to make maps last year in IS class. Raise your right hand if you remember that. No, Valentino doesn't remember. It's okay, Valentino. So this is the project. You can see it. Sorry. You can see it like this. There is an original map. I don't want a carbon copy of this. Make it bigger. Something you can see, you can use, you can put notes on. I gave you a second piece of paper there. It has to be that big or bigger. If you choose to make it on a, can I borrow yours just to show everybody? If you're making yours, it can be this big or bigger. You can trace it from your screen, but make sure you have like scale, orientation, those kinds of things on it. Sorry. So this big or bigger. Some people make it on a poster just because it's easier to get details in. Some people choose to do it there and then they have less room for notes. It's really up to you. The requirements though, is you have to have all 5 regions, which are kind of like provinces at that time, like Java, West Java, those kinds of things. 5 major cities. So these are the places where Jesus spends a lot of time. And then the bodies of water, those are landmarks. So make sure you have it all clear. Of course, this is a map. So you have to have a title. I have to know which way north is. Okay, there has to be a scale. You have to use color so we can decipher between water and other stuff. I actually might have an example. I'll try to find an example after I answer questions. But this is first the document that tells you what to do. This, oh, can you guys see that? Oh, you can. This is how I'm going to be giving you your scores. So if you want to get a 7, I know this is going to sound crazy, create a map that shows a lot of effort. You didn't just scribble it in 5 seconds. Include all 5 regions, all 5 cities, all 5 bodies of water, and that it has all the biblical landmarks accurately. So if you put Jerusalem below Jericho and it's not supposed to go there, right? You're not going to show that you put in an extensive ability to make a map. But if you're following and looking at a map that's already been made, you'll be fine. So that's this project. That's what we're going to be working on for the rest of class today. Most Bibles have the maps in the back. These ones don't, but that's why I gave you an already printed copy. You can use your laptop to find a better one that you zoom to make it fit, and you can trace if you want. That's fine. But that's what we're working on right now. If you have questions, I will answer your questions. If you are Brian, Farrell, Marcia, and Youngju, that's the end of class. No, it can't be. No, it's not the end of class. I don't know why that bell just went, sorry. We're supposed to have like 15 more minutes. If you have questions, please ask. Go to our Bible project in Bible. Get started on that. If you are Marcia, Youngju, Brian, and Farrell, use this time to send me through Teams photos or the note documents that you have so that I can give you the grade, the score that you deserve. Okay, question?
For the city and region that's not in the list, should we still draw it?
You can include those. Yeah, you should, just to help yourself, because those will be included. But those 5 must be in there. So you can add other ones, but you have to have those 5. So get started. This is the best day to start because I'm here to give you guidance. Right.
Sir Chris, for the structure and the school definitions, we only have to make it clearly and
Make it bigger, clearer. I don't like how there's like all those little like arrows and stuff. I don't have poster paper. So if you're gonna make it on something bigger, maybe make a sketch first.
Like this?
You can make it on that, but that's still gonna feel pretty small. So a lot of people, I'll show you an example as soon as I get a chance. Any questions from on Zoom? Otherwise, I'm gonna stop the recording. You know what to do, Marcia, Janice? Did you guys find it? In ManageBack, in the description, there's also a video of me telling you what to do. So if you have any questions and you're working on it over the October break, make sure you watch that video as well. That'll help you.